What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the garage. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so I thought it was time to do a gift guide of sorts. And this one's going to be on stocking stuffer type items for the people in your life that like to work out in the garage and tinker with things. So all of these items are going to be under $50, most of them being under $20. So these are perfect not only as stocking stuffers, but as for Secret Santas and gift exchanges. If you have like a $25 limit, most of these items are going to fit into that. The first item on the list is going to be a set of impact nut drivers, and these are going to allow a person to put these in their impact driver, their 1/4 inch shanks, and just use them to tighten up various size nuts. These are going to speed up assembly for things and just make things a little bit easier and quicker. This particular set is the Bosch set. I'll put a link to this in the description. These are 4 different sizes, and they've all got magnets inside to hold onto the nut that you are trying to tighten. Most major brands are going to have a set like this, and it's probably a good idea to stick with one of those, especially if you're buying for like a gift exchange or something like that. You really can't go wrong with any of the big brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, Bosch, or Makita. They're all going to be pretty high quality, and they're going to range between $10 and $20 for a set, probably more around $15 for a name brand. In addition to a set of nut drivers for an impact wrench, it can also be a good idea to look for a set of socket adapters. And what these allow you to do is, once again, they've got a 1/4 inch shank, and this is for 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2 inch sockets, so it allows you to adapt any of your sockets to your impact driver to do the same job that this set does. So these can be had for under $10 for a set of 3. This happens to be Walmart's Heart brand. I'll link to a DeWalt set down below that'll do the job as well. But look around, you can find these in all kinds of places. And once again, any of the name brands will do fine for these. Next up is going to be more for the person who's into metalworking. These are flap discs, and these particular ones I highly recommend. They're by Benchmark Abrasives, and they come in like a sleeve of 10. You can get an assorted pack that has different grits, or you can get single grits packs of them. And for around $20 for 10 flap discs, that makes these really affordable, and I find the quality is also pretty great on these. These are a lot better to me than a grinding wheel. They don't chatter off of metal, and they tend to work a lot faster at smoothing things out. And these Benchmark ones seem to last. So for the most expensive gift on this list is going to be a set of decent drill bits. Now, I'm not saying these Milwaukee Red Helix bits are by any means the best drill bits out there, but they are a decent set of bits. They're definitely a step above your basic hardware store set of bits. This particular set's meant more for metal than wood. There are good drill bit sets out there meant specifically for wood. Whoever you're buying for is really going to appreciate a decent set of drill bits. They tend to stay sharper, longer, won't break as easy, and there's some features that you may not think about, like heat dissipation and things like that. So once again, this set is the Milwaukee Red Helix set. These can be found at Home Depot. Amazon has them, but they're definitely inflated because they're from a third-party seller. So definitely look at Home Depot or any other places that sell Milwaukee tools. This particular set's around $45, and it's one of the smaller sets. You can get sets with a lot more drill bits for more money. This is going to cover most of your drilling tasks without getting into some specialty sizes and things like that. So for the last thing on our list, this is going to be a bit different than what you guys have seen on this channel before. It's going to be an Arduino, which is a microcontroller, and you can get these as this board by itself or in a kit that comes with some other things. I highly recommend getting a kit so that whoever you're buying it for has some things to use with it, as well as a little bit of instruction. But there are plenty of tutorials on YouTube and other places in order to be able to get started with one of these. So what this is going to allow you to do, at least when it pertains to what we cover on this channel, is add things into your project like controls. So if you want to put motors or servos into anything, you'll be able to do that with this. You can also control lights. This light I've got going back here is controlled by a smaller version of these, and I'm able to set that basically to anything I would want, but you can incorporate LEDs like that into your projects. So this board over here is actually not an Arduino, it's an ESP32. If you have somebody who's interested in electronics or would be, this may be a good way to go. They're a little bit cheaper than an Arduino, and they have more features like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built in. There are some quirks to using these. They're a little bit different than the Arduino, even though you can use the same software. So just keep that in mind. And like I said, definitely look towards a kit that comes with some LEDs and wires and switches and motors and things so that the person can get started without buying anything additional. You can do a whole lot more than just controlling lights if you want to. As another example of what you can do around the house, this setup here is going to be a monitoring system for our chicken coop. This is a display that's going to show a bunch of information. It's going to be able to control the fan and heater based on temperature and humidity because it has a sensor for that. And down the road, it will also be able to open the door, or I can build an automatic feeder and add that in. There are so many possibilities with these. It's fun to just mess around and see what you can come up with. And because this one has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built in, I'm actually going to be able to monitor all of those things and see the readout through my phone or any internet-enabled device, as well as just the display that's going to be built in. So a kit for an Arduino is going to run you around $20 to $25, maybe $30. You can definitely go higher than that. It's not necessary. I would start with a base kit that has some components to get someone started and then let them add on from there. So I hope this gives you some ideas and some starting points for the people you need to buy for this holiday season. Check out the links in the description below. I'll have links to all of this stuff, or at least versions of them, for different places. The live stream is on Sundays at 6:30 Central Time. Tune into that. We're starting to get a bigger crowd in there, and it's a really good time to hang out and just talk shop and garage and project.